they say on an aeroplane flight, where if the plane starts going down, to save someone else before yourself. So they always refer to this like a parent and child. So you would put the oxygen mask on yourself first before putting it onto the child. Now, let's reverse this. Imagine if next to you, as the plane was going down, it was your mother next to you. You have to ask yourself, and we have to ask ourselves, what would we honestly do in that situation? Would we really put the mask on ourselves first in order to save ourselves over potentially helping our mother? Now, I think you can debate about this, about which way round is better, but we've always been taught to save yourself first. Now, I think in certain situations this applies, but actually I've been doing a lot of research lately, and I'm kind of getting really passionate about the use of Ayurvedic herbs in Europe and also in India in general. I'm becoming super concerned about overuse of them and what the impact is going to have on the species. So these plants are really, really special, and I just want to make sure that I do everything I can as a practitioner to safeguard and protect their use, because we don't want them to disappear, and they're very, very special plants. It's part of us. So I use this analogy of who to save first to try to get us thinking about this. So what we could do when we're thinking about nature and plants is we can try to think about saving nature first rather than ourselves. So I see nowadays like these Ayurvedic herbs and medicines that we're all saying, take this, do this, use this to help you get healthier. So use this plant, it's going to build your immunity. Use this herb, it's going to help you. It's all about helping ourselves. But what are we doing to help nature? Like, are we actually doing anything to protect our mother nature? I personally feel that we need to shift our orientation around this and watch what happens if we look after nature first rather than ourselves. Obviously, it's one process. So as we help nature, nature will help us, and as we help ourselves, yes, of course we are going to be inclined to help nature more, but it might be useful to sort of switch the orientation around a little bit in this case to notice a bigger difference more quickly. So before we start taking these herbs just to help ourselves, we have to ask ourselves, are we ready to give back something to nature as well? Like, it's a gift. It's not just there to take. If we continually take from our mother, or generally, if the child continually takes from the mother gets exhausted and she gets tired, and she will not be able to be as good a mother to the child as she wants to be. And I think this is the orientation we need to perhaps take with the use of Ayurvedic herbs and medicines. So depending on if you're using the herbs, if you're a practitioner prescribing the herbs, or whatever interaction you're having with these plants, I think it's vitally important that you balance it out with, okay, what am I doing to honor and respect the sacred nature of these plants, to have that connection back to mother, which is Prakriti, like it is your constitution. So it's rebuilding that connection back to Prakriti by giving rather than taking. And I think this is going to be a really powerful way to work with making these herbs used more sustainably. So yeah, this is just what I wanted to share and maybe get you thinking about, are you giving back to nature as much as you're taking when you're trying to heal yourself? Because the balance needs to be there, and nature's not there just to be abused and taken. Because if we think about it, like say if you wanted to improve yourself with herbs but you're not giving back anything, you're just taking, and then you could end up doing more damage to the environment and the world and contributing to something not so positive, because you've still got that ego, to that attitude that you're taking rather than giving. So that's why I think it's important to reserve the usage of these herbs given in a way where you respect the nature and give something back. So whatever you do to heal yourself with Ayurveda, you orientate your life towards giving something back to life. And that ultimately, I feel, restores a bigger balance. So first you're balancing yourself, and then you can work towards balancing yourself with nature and the world around you through this change in orientation. So it's not always mother to child. Sometimes the child has to take responsibility to look after the mother when the mother has been exhausted. So yeah, they're my thoughts on this, and perhaps if anybody knows anything about the usage of Ayurvedic herbs, I'd be really interested to know. Please send it forward to me. I'm going to do a bit of a research on brands that are using products with herbs, companies that are selling these herbs, and just get a little bit of information about the statistics around whether these herbs are being safely harvested and are they being protected. So yeah, I look forward to learning more about this, and if you have any information, please reach out and I'd love to share and chat more.